Hey guys, Eli here, and on today's video, I want to talk about the dark side of winning the lottery. A lot of people believe that money brings happiness. Hell yeah, it does, man. Show me $1 million and I'll show you a happy man. But like the great rapper Kanye West once said, having money is not everything. Not having it is. My mentor once told me if you don't have the financial mindset ready with the little money you have now, if you do come across a large sum of money, it will just amplify who you are 10 times more. Yeah, that's so true. You give a sex addict some money and you have Harvey Weinstein. You give a pedophile some money, then you have R. Kelly. You give a kid who lost both of his parents in a dark alley some money, you have Batman. So I want to go over the dark side of some people who won the lottery and actually regret it. And we're starting now. If you guys love content like this and you want to help support the Urban Lifestyle channel, make sure you guys start now by hitting the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment some of your thoughts down in the comments below. Would you guys like to win the lottery? Comment down below, let me know. Now honestly, if you're not a millionaire, chances are the mindset is like this. Hell yeah, boy! If I win the lottery, I'll never go broke again. I'm set for life. Now, although everybody and their mom would say, yeah, listen, that was that guy. I'm able to take care of my money. If I had $3 million right now or $30 million right now, I'll be well better off. I wouldn't blow it. I'll be smart with it. And technically, money is power. And like Uncle Ben once said, with great power comes great responsibility. This guy just quoted a fictional character. What you mean I'm a fictional character? I'm not some guy just wearing a wig. Now this is an article from an app that I get my stories from called The Hungry Bull. I'm gonna link the link down in the description below, so if you guys want to download the app, make sure you guys check it out. The video is not sponsored by them. So let's go ahead with the first story called The Crazy Ex. Doris Morey thought she hit it big when she won the Georgia lottery and cashed in on $5 million in 2007. She planned to use the money to start a trust fund for her kids and upgrade her life, like any one of us would do. The only problem, she had an ex, a crazy ex. Of course, he caught wind of her recent luck and was begging her to take him back. But she wasn't having any of it, as she was rich now and he was completely out of her league. So like any crazy ex, he killed her. Note to self, never let any of my ex know that I got money. That was a crazy story. Now let's get into the next one, which is called The Jealous Sibling. A man named Jeffrey Dampers was lucky enough to hit a $20 million jackpot at the age of 29. Set for early retirement, the man was rightfully thrilled. He shared his fortune with his family and relative freely. Unfortunately, similar to the previous ex story, Jeffrey had a crazy sibling. His sister was very jealous of his newfound wealth and wanted it for herself. So she kidnapped him with her psycho boyfriend, and you can just guess what happened next. The couple was apprehended by the cops very shortly after committing the crime and thrown in the slammer. Unfortunately, Jeffrey left behind a widow who said winning the lottery was like a curse, not the blessing that many would expect. Hey sis, how you doing? I just want you to know, man, I'm a broke person, man. I ain't got no money ever, man, So, I'm just saying that. You don't have to know why I'm telling you this. I'm just saying this, all right? Just in case you ever have any ideas, okay? I love you. Have a good one. I gotta get that straight. Not me! Now, I do know some of these stories do have a dark ending. And trust me, these are very serious situations. And yeah, I know I'm making jokes to keep the video going along, but I do take these serious. So with that being said, let's go into the next story. And that story is called Let's Be Friends. In 2009, Abraham Shakespeare hit the lottery jackpot and racked in a whopping $30 million. What did he buy with the money? A Nissan Altima, of course. Abraham started to spend the money very slowly at first. And the only other major purchase he made was a Rolex. The thing was, word has gotten around that he was rich, so people started hounding him for money. The issue became so extreme that he told his brother he was better off when he was broke. He complained that people was only wanting to be around him for his money. Well, it turns out that someone really wanted his money and kidnapped him. And you guys can pretty much guess what happened next. It was another lady, and they found them buried in the backyard. And yes, she was caught and put to jail. Now, that is crazy. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that one. So let's go into the next one, which is called Addicted to Money, Gambling, and Booze. Across the pond in England, a man won $12 million. Keith Gale immediately started to put the money to work, as many other lottery winners do. But the man developed a severe gambling addiction. And what goes with gambling better than a drinking addiction? His vices clouded his mind, and like other people do when they're drunk, he started making terrible decisions. Eventually, drinking and gambling caught up to him and he quickly found himself looking for more. Then he thought he found his savior when a businessman presented him an offer that sounds too good to be true. And yes, it was. Gal was scammed out of his last $1 million, officially broke. He was forced to fire sell his large house, cars, racehorse, and just about everything he owned. The losses proved too much to bear and his health quickly deteriorated, resulting in him dying of a heart attack. His friends and family later says that winning the lottery is what killed him. Now, I don't drink and honestly, I don't even play the lottery. Like, I don't see no point of me wasting money to actually buy a lottery ticket. But at the same time, if I have big decisions to make, I make sure that I'm always in the right mind. Like, I won't make any financial decisions before I go to sleep. I have to make sure I'm fully rested, and then when I wake up, then I decide to do whatever I have to do financially. Now, the next one is called money doesn't equal happiness, and we all should know that, I mean, right? Billy Bob Harold from Texas. Yep, trust me, that's his real name. Won a big old jackpot because, of course, everything is bigger in Texas. After winning $31 million, he was harassed by a slew of people, and of course, they all wanted a chunk of his fortune. Billy Bob had to move, he had to change his number just so people would stop coming after him for his money. He ended up blowing up all the money his wife left him when there was not 1 cent left. With his life in shambles, just 2 years after winning, he sadly took his own life. Before he passed, he said that winning the lottery was the worst thing that ever happened to him. Don't get me wrong, I do want to say, hey, if I happen to come across $30 million, I'll be happy. I mean, pretty sure a lot of people would be happy. But at the same time, I would try to the best of my abilities to well manage that money. Now, I am saying to the best of my abilities because I can't speak for something that never happened to me. I mean, if I had people harassing me, I'd be very upset. But it's not a situation I'm in currently, so I really can't speak on it. But I could speak on the last story. And this story is called Money Destroys Lives. Now, Jack Whittaker is different from all the others that we have talked about thus far. The previous winners won chump change compared to Jack's $315 million payday. Surely nothing can go wrong, right? You have enough money to pay any ex, any sibling, any friend, anybody who wants some money. You have enough to pay them all, right? Wrong. One day, he left $500,000 in his car, and of course, it was stolen. Well, I guess when you have that much money in cash, you just leave it around without a care in the world, right? The carjacker surely picked up a good car that day. Jack would go on to continue being careless with his money until an eye-opening experience happened. He lost his granddaughter to drug overdose. And what's even sadder, it was just 2 years later, he would lose his daughter in the same faith. Jack lost 2 close family members and recognized that handling the ultimate sum of money likely had something to do with it. He deeply loved his family and the losses was just too hard for him to handle. Just a few years after winning the lottery, he ended up broke and had lost 2 of his most beloved people that he loved dearly. In an interview a few years later, Jack told reporters that he wishes that he can go back in time and tear the ticket up. I couldn't even imagine somebody saying that about winning the lottery. Now, I can really sympathize with that. Losing a family member is very heartbroken at times. I mean, the whole point of this video is money doesn't really equal happiness. And if you can't really manage what little you have now, what makes you think you can manage a whole bunch of it later? And like I said before, I don't really play the lottery, but if I ever did win by some lucky miracle, the steps I would take is, first, I'll make sure I try to claim my winnings anonymously. I don't want nobody knowing what I got or what I'm gonna get. The second is I make sure I pay all the taxes that I have to pay on it and not just spend the whole thing and then end up owing the IRS. And the third thing is I would invest the majority of the money and live off the interest. And after I do that, I'll take a little bit of the money and, splurge on me and my family and make sure my lifestyle doesn't exceed what my income can provide for me in the future. But like I said, I never been in this situation, so I can only tell you what I would do hypothetically. And in that hypothetical situation, that's exactly what I'm doing with the money I currently have right now. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you guys leave that thumbs up. It's highly appreciated. And comment your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, I just won the lottery. Oh, I'm gonna be smart about this. I'm gonna be smart about this, you know what? All right, I'm gonna go to the strip club. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna buy me the strip club. And I'm gonna buy me a Grey Goose vodka company. Oh man. Ooh, let's go to the mall. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy the mall. I mean, it's always crazy how people think like a large sum of money can actually save their life or do something to their life or make a big change in their life. The money that you're making right now, you dug yourself so deep in a hole right now that you can't escape. If you get a large sum of money, yeah, you may take yourself out that situation that you put yourself in the first place, but then you'll relapse back, dig yourself in a even more financial hole. I mean, you never hear a millionaire says, yeah man, I just won the lottery.